Hello everyone, welcome on back to Hutan Pantai. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to have this go down to the field we just planted the last time, the oats field, I believe. We'll have this get going on putting down some solid fertilizer. We do have the canola that is ready. It's at a pretty dang good price, I would personally say. Could it probably be a little better? Maybe, but I'm not gonna be in the business of complaining. It is still a very, very good price. Oh, I suppose I still have it set to steering assist. Alright, let's put the worker on. This does need to get weeded, so we'll have to probably rent a hoe at some point. I've not checked contracts. I'm not sure how much time we'll have today, so it's just one of those things I don't want to, think we have a bunch of time when we really don't. And we could do this one. No, we're not. I mean, this one's not bad. I would imagine a lot of that will probably fit in one trailer. If I had to choose from all the contracts, I think that's probably the best. Yeah, we'll borrow those items. We'll get down to it eventually. Obviously, the priority is to get all of our crop sold, which, well, mainly is canola, because the oats, they are still moving up, so we could sell them towards the end and we'll be okay. We don't need to rush around and make sure they are sold immediately, which is nice. But still, we'll be sitting, like I said last time, we'll be sitting very, very, very good after this month. Like right on the edge of doing the water buffalo, which was the whole goal. And I think we're basically there. We're basically there. And from that, hopefully we can get, a dairy and stuff, start making the mozzarella, which is just absurd amounts of money. Like plain water buffalo milk is like 10 grand and the mozzarella is like 25 grand. It's just like, I'm not sure what the recipe is. I don't think there is a dairy on this map, is there? No. Dang. I was hoping there would be, because then I could look at what the recipe was. So it was pretty dang good. I'm hoping all this will fit into just the truck or just the trailer. Then maybe we can take, a load of oats down with it. Start chipping away at that. Yeah, we'll head up this way. We can get it at least started. Well, we can look at the field too. Maybe it's something we can manage ourselves, but we do have a ton of selling, and selling is something that we generally have to do ourselves. So, which it'll be like 6-7 loads total. I'm hoping one of the more local sell points will be the highest price, which right now it is. Alright, so here is the sunflower field. It's a fairly decent sized field. I think we just did a harvest similar to this on River Bend, though, so it's probably about the same size or pretty similar size as that. Get the harvester and the header. This might be a bigger header than what I had. It's hard to say, but I would think our worker is almost done with the canola field I set it off on. We can finish the smaller one. Go and get that all sold. It's probably not going to be tons and tons of money, but I'm just thinking it's probably not going to be a ton. Probably at most 10 grand is my thought process. But we'll see kind of how it's sitting after the first field. Obviously, 10 grand, that's 5,000 liters. So I'm thinking it'll be like 4,000 liters total. Maybe 5, but I don't know. Okay, so I'll just get this put here for now. It's weird, the tire tracks are like way different. Unless it went down a second time, but, where we harvested, it's big, deep grooves, and then a worker. Like, did the worker just, like, start levitating? Like, what the... That's a huge difference, pretty noticeable difference. Worker J completed their task. That might be... Oh, it's probably the fertilizer. I was like, how many workers do I have right now? I don't think I had that many, right? Oh, this is already 8 grand. So yeah, it's probably going to be maybe a little over 10. I'll have to rent a hoe for that field down there. I don't think there's any contracts right now, so I can't try to obviously make that rental cost back by doing that. I think that smaller trailer is like 5,500 liters, so we might be able to get this to fit all into there, and then we can just bring one load of oats down as well, because it's going to be quite a bit that needs to be done. I'm surprised we're already 25% done with that contract. Wow. We just started. It's just doing the headlands. Oh, and I know last time I mentioned I got a comment about the one collectible. They had also mentioned that you can just place a really small rice paddy field, and you can just use that as basically a water source, a free water source. After all, mostly free, because you got to pay for the rice paddy field to be made. So that might be something we'll think about. I'm not sure where we'll put it. That's the only thing. Obviously it needs to be fairly small, but I also need it in an area that makes sense. I'm thinking somewhere in the yard. Not sure where, but somewhere in the yard. I mean, I have said numerous times that this section here will eventually become a part of the farm, so maybe once that gets put together, maybe that's when we'll go and make a water source. The goal is eventually do a dairy and stuff, right? And I'd probably prefer a bigger dairy. So that would probably go over here, maybe sheds. At some point, of course, we'll have to start working towards the temple as well. We have yet to really even try to work towards that. Right now, it looks like we mainly need wood products. So, long planks, wood beams, stuff like that. But yeah, the more I think, the more I'm thinking, at least this field right here will likely just be sat for a couple of months. This field needs lime here as well. Of course it does. At least it's a small one. I would like to get a small maintenance thing, because I know there is a mod now. I have it downloaded. I think it's 10 grand, and it's just like a small little maintenance trailer, basically. So it should kind of work as a maintenance spot so we can change the configuration for our truck here mainly, because it obviously we have to go to the store all the time to do that. Alright, so canola is not in here, of course. The Harbor Grain Elevator is the best for this. Grain Mill's not too far behind, so. How is the canola? Best price by far is the oil mill. Where is the oil mill right in town? Yes. Well, we can kind of drop both then off. We can do the oats at the harbor and the canola at where we're supposed to be bringing the sunflower. Any collectibles up there? I don't see any. Get that dumped. And, yep, it is right at our trailer, I see. So we made almost 15 grand from that, actually. So I was off for my guess. I was off on my guess. So we'll get this unloaded. And then I'll get it started up again. I think it was just because it was doing the headland. Yeah. So it should be fine now, because I think it's going to start doing the up and down. So I won't have to move the trailer then. Yeah, this is making outstanding progress on this. This is basically done. We'll go and get the little bit of oats that we brought with sold as well. We'll probably start bringing down some loads now. There are an absolute ton to be brought down, so it's good to start now on that. And of course, we'll have the extra income from the contract, which will probably be like 6 grand extra, plus the income itself. Ooh, not quite 100,000. Ooh, 100,000? Hey, 100,000. We made 10.5 grand just from that small little trailer. So, yeah, it looks like the grain elevator is probably going to be the best. Or grain mill, but yeah, I think for the most part, we're just going to be bringing it to the grain elevator. I'm kind of surprised Goldcrest Valley, the train, isn't higher. Normally, in like 22, they always try to incentivize you to sell it by having a higher price. They didn't this time. At least not right now, at least for the oats. I'm sure there's times when it is the best price, but maybe they realize that, you know, when you have it $100 extra than all the other places to sell, and it only costs you $60 to sell it. Alright, so we have that. It's 13,000 liters per trip, so it won't take too long to work through there. For the time being, though, I'm going to hop back over to the tractor, wherever it is. There it is. We have 170 liters, wow, of left for solid fertilizer. That's not a ton, and we need more. We need more lime, too. Well, for time being, I'll put this just right in the yard. We'll need it next time for at least 2 fields. Like I said, the plan is for that field there, at least, is to wait on it. Because I think we could put oats in it, but I think right now we're going to be almost ready to get water buffalo. Probably 2 months, maybe 3, depends on the prices of, you know, the pallet goods. And obviously there's contracts and stuff in there, which, you know, I've been trying to keep a little bit more minimum compared to what we were doing, where it was like 3 every video. I'm trying to keep it to like 1, maybe 2. Try to keep it at like $10,000 mark, something like that. Maybe a little extra, but try not to make it too extreme. I'm trying to keep an eye out for a weeding one, though. I want to see if that's fixed. But I've yet to get one of those to pop up. We'll have that field there ready to mow next time. So I'm hoping to get it baled and everything, too, that same month. That's the hope. And we can start making hay, probably. Although, I think they eat silage too, don't they? I think it's the same percentage in the silage. It might be cheaper to do silage then. The bales are going to be smaller. Because we won't have to rent the tedder. I don't know. That's a kind of an interesting dilemma there. Do we try to do silage and have more bales? And we don't really have a way to move them already. Or try to make bigger hay bales. I think they can kind of go either way. I'm pretty sure they eat silage or hay, and it's 80%. I think that's a new thing in 25. I know in 22 was only in modded maps. It would have that sometimes. I'm thinking it's similar here as it was, in the mod maps. It should be next month. You can harvest after 2, but I think 3 is a better yield. %70 done with the contract, so it's probably like 10% left for the field, and then it's just bring it to selling points after that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse for the weeding here, so I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, so we're just about done here. Looks like the worker has a full grain tank. So they must almost be done too, I would imagine. So we might be able to run over there and get that emptied and then bring it down to the oil mill and get it sold. And I think there's a little bit down here, right? It's hard to tell, but yeah, looks like it. Alright, I think we're going to be keeping this for at least a month or so. Pretty sure it's cheaper to keep it a month versus re-renting it. Because the plan and hope really is we can get multiple fields done next time. We'll see, because we also have the grass I'm hoping to get done. I'm hoping to get a cut or two off of that before water buffalo are here. That way we have a stockpile going, because that's kind of important. We'll just put that right there for now. Oh, I should move it a little bit more out of the way. Oh wait, it's not in the way. Yeah, literally, it's almost done. Just a little bit left. I know it's like 80% is done for a harvesting contract. And the last 20% is what you bring. You have 61 liters from just being done with that field. You're telling me you couldn't fit 60 more liters in that? Trying to see if there's anything up on top of the road there, the freeway. I don't see anything. Figure maybe a collectible or something, but we got 24,000 liters here, almost 25,000 liters in total. I'm guessing the quickest will be down here. Yes, so we'll take this road right into town. And I would imagine the other worker will be in town right around the same time. And because the last little bit here, we'll just be selling a bunch of oats back to back to back. We'll see what we end up with. I personally want to have about 300,000 to feel comfortable with doing water buffalo, because obviously we're going to buy the water buffalo. Plus the pen, and it's going to be a custom pasture. The pen is $250, so custom pasture on top of that as well. Water buffalo are not cheap, which I think we might take some young ones as well. Just looking if there's a collectible in here, you know. Oh, wait. I think I said a while ago there's probably one under one of these. I said a while ago there's probably one in there. And there was, just not in the area I was looking at the time. Get this sold, we'll get a decent extra. I would probably guess $6,000-$7,000 extra. I was way off. 4 grand. Okay. I was a little bit off. But we'll get that collected. I know I mentioned in Riverbend that it always kind of seemed like it was about what the contract price was. Maybe a little under. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was like half. So, that was way off. That wasn't even close. Maybe it's just like a per crop thing. It might just be a random kind of thing. Ooh, we might be able to fit this whole... Yeah. So unload. We can get it switched. Unload. Having this trailer is going to be very, very helpful. 145, 146, yeah, 146,000. So we'll be looking at about 25 grand per load. And there are plenty more loads to be had brought down here. Probably at least 4 or 5. So, I was gonna look to make sure it's still grain elevator is looking the best. Yeah, it's gone up a decent amount since we started, like $20 per 1,000 liters. So it's just a decent amount extra. Well, we'll start heading back. We should be at, by the time we finish all this, like $250,000. So we'll basically be where we want to be after today. And the main reason we'll be waiting is just because I don't want to take a loan out, to be honest. We could. We definitely could, and then pay it back within a month or two, because we'll have the pallet goods that'll be ready soon. Yeah, it might be quickest to go up this way. So we'll see. We'll see how close we are. It's possible once everything gets placed, we'll only need to take 50 grand out and we could pay it back basically the very next month or next couple months. So I really don't like taking loans out. That's one thing about me. I really don't like taking loans. But sometimes it is a necessary evil at times. And I've seen farming it is definitely a necessary thing at a lot of times, honestly, because equipment is not cheap, land is not cheap. If you need to build silos or anything, those are not cheap. We can get it sold another 25 grand. We'll be basically right where we want to be after today. I'll have to look at how much the pallet goods are going to be worth to kind of confirm that I could possibly take a loan. I mean, it might not be next month either, though, because I would want to make sure we have some hay or silage on hand. And if I go the silage route, that's going to take a month or so for it to ferment. And obviously we could have meadow grass, but the meadow, but I know that's a pretty low efficiency. My plan is to buy at least a couple of adults so we can start producing milk immediately. We can start making the money back almost immediately, which would be nice. And start working towards, dairies and stuff. Maybe at some point we'll get goats, but I know the goats are kind of, I've seen them doing it on Riverbend. But I like to try to keep things a little bit more separated there, and we can focus on the new animals in different settings. Eventually we'll probably have both on both of them, but yeah, hopefully the water buffalo will be a big turning point. We can actually start affording new tractors. It'd be nice. We're still on the original equipment, really. We haven't got to buy much. Outside of the Merlot, that was on sale, which I think most tractors I'd be looking at would be on the sale too. I really want to get a trailer too, a bigger trailer than this, because obviously, a bigger grain trailer at least. Because this is nice, but 13,000 liters is not that much. We could get a 30,000, 40,000 liter trailer, which would have did all this selling in 3 trips versus 6. And we'll get this unloaded. Another 25 grand. Well, just over 25 grand. Like 25,300. Well, it is still going up, though. We netted more from that than the other loads. So it has gone up even more. Still about $50,000 to be sold. So yeah, we'll be sitting about right where we want to be. Then we'll have to... Well, I'll have to kind of make a decision if I want to take a loan out to... Is there anything in this shed? I just realized I can actually look inside of it. Oh. Figured maybe. I know I've looked over this area, but I don't think I looked inside that shed, but... Doesn't look like it would have mattered. Well, we'll head on back. We'll pick up another load. Still one more full one after the next here. Then we'll have like 2,000 liters, so we can just take the truck for that. Alright, here is the next load. At least one full one after this. Then we'll just have the the partial, which looks to be about 2,000 liters it'll be. So not a ton, but still makes sense to sell it right now when it's at a good price. Another $25,000. The price has definitely gone up. Yeah, it's been going up a decent amount now. So we'll race on back. We'll grab the next full load. Try not to take out too many light poles on the way. We'll get the next full load, the last of that, and then we'll get that sold. Alright, so here is the last full load. We'll still have 2,000 liters, 2,500 liters to go, which we'll just bring the truck down for. So this will be another like 25,500. Yeah, it's definitely been going up and up. So we'll have another, what, $4,000 or so to sell? Yeah. So we'll be getting that sold, and that'll basically put us at the cost of the pen. So we'd be about where we want to be. Maybe a little short, so it might be, we could take a loan out and finish it, and then like the month after that, sell a bunch of stuff and get rid of the loan. Alright, so we'll get this sold. Last 2,500 liters of all the oats. We did a bunch of oats this past year, so it's nice to see it all come together. So yeah, I think that is basically what we would need for a pen, if I remember correctly. It's 254 is the cheapest for with milk production. So we'd end up probably taking like a $50,000 loan out if we were to go that route and try to do it immediately versus waiting a month or so. We'll see. We'll see what we kind of come up with. We could probably take the loan out because obviously we're going to be paying it back right away. We'll have plenty of money coming in with the lettuce, the mushrooms, that kind of stuff. So we'll have plenty of money coming in. But yeah, obviously it also factors in if I do silage or not, because silage is going to take a month or two to be ready to actually even be fed. Otherwise it's just grass, and that's not going to be ideal either. So anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.